welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since I've made a video. I think I'm like 3 weeks late on this video. However, I hope that this video kind of makes up for it. This is gonna be the biggest video I've made yet because we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs of shoes. And I hope that this video is helpful to you because I've gotten a lot of really good feedback on one of my other videos. It was a little bit similar to this. That video was one where I was comparing the Air Force One to the Nike Court Vision Low. And today we're gonna be doing a little bit of that, but we're also comparing a bunch of different shoes to give you kind of the best everyday shoe. This is my take. You can agree, you can disagree, that's perfectly fine. But this is my take on what is the best everyday shoe. And I'm not really gonna give you any definitive answers, but what I am trying to do is give you some of the pros and cons so you can make that decision for yourself and you can decide. I'll tell you, of course, what I think it is. However, that is entirely up to you. So to start things off, we're gonna jump right into this video. To start things off, I'm gonna show you a classic. This is one that many people probably have, especially if, like me, I didn't really skate very much in my teenage years, but I was always hanging around the people who did. I always wished I could skate, and now I'm actually picking up my skateboard. I got a skateboard this past weekend and kind of trying to pick up those talents that maybe never existed, but trying to get a little bit of it now. And so if you've ever skateboarded, I guarantee you've had a pair of these. If not, you've probably had a pair anyway, and that is a classic pair of Vans. I've got them in this like burgundy colorway. It's not exactly my favorite. I actually really prefer just kind of a black or a white, just a classic look, classic vibe for that shoe. However, the red does add something to some of your outfits, and this is something that I don't wear super often. I do wear them when I skate. I don't wear super often. Other than that, you can see, like most of the shoes you'll see in this video, I actually do wear my shoes all the time, and therefore they are a little worn. You can see the bottom is a little grody, but they have been worn, and these are great shoes. If you've never had a pair of Vans, you are missing out, my friend. Vans are a great shoe. They absolutely are. The downside to these shoes, I would say, is comfortability. Probably would be one of the biggest ones. They're not the most comfortable, really, because you've got this heavy sole, got this heavy outsole on it and heavy sole. However, the entire upper of the shoe is literally made out of fabric. So there's not much of anything adding anything to it. I know that Vans has made their new, I can't remember what it's called, it's something Cush technology, and that's supposedly a lot more comfortable. That is not what these are. That's not what most people have. They're not the most comfortable shoe, but it is an all-around great shoe. It's a versatile shoe, and honestly, this is the cheapest, one of the cheapest shoes on this list, and one of the cheapest shoes that you can get out there. I believe they retail for like 60 bucks, somewhere in that range. Sometimes you can find them way cheaper than that. I'm pretty sure these were given to me. However, I know that you can find them on sale for like $35, $40. I've talked to plenty of people who have done that. So moving on, I think this is a great shoe. I absolutely do, a great everyday shoe, but it's not the most comfortable. So the downside is that your feet may actually hurt at some point in time, but that is the Vans classic. Great pair of shoes, not the most comfortable, but a great pair of shoes. I'm gonna put these off to the side here and get moving so we can get into some of these other ones. This next pair, if you've watched my Court Vision Low video, then you have already seen these. And if you watch my videos at all, you already know that I love to do, as part of my video, I love to do a segment where I show you what's on my feet. And today, they are not on my feet because I took them off for this video. However, today I have been wearing these Nike Court Vision Lows. Let me get them out of the light a little bit so you can see them. I have talked about these. I'm not going to talk too much about them because if you want more information and more of a review on these shoes, you can watch that video. It's on my channel. I posted it about 2 months ago. But these shoes, I think, are great. I think they are a great alternative to the Air Force One. And the reason that they're a great alternative to the Air Force One is because they look just dang like it. Look at this shoe. Look at that. That looks like an Air Force One. It's not quite as chunky. I understand that, and don't come at me in the comments. I get that. However, it does look a lot like the Air Force One, and the price tag on these shoes usually comes in somewhere between $55 and $65. I believe I got them for about 60 bucks, and therefore it is a steal of a shoe if you're looking for that Air Force One look, but you don't want to spend upwards of $100, because even to find a white on white Air Force One, if you live in a hub city, if you live in Atlanta, if you live in LA or New York, it's probably honestly kind of hard to find a white on white pair of shoes at the mall or out and about. But even if you're buying them online, you're looking at probably $90 to $100, $110, somewhere in that range. And these shoes are cheaper. Now, I'm not going to say anything more about them. I think they're a great pair of shoes, but of course I would be remiss if I was doing a everyday shoe video and I didn't show you the actual Air Force One. Mine are destroyed. I need to buy a new pair. Look at how gross that is. That is disgusting. I hardly wear these because they're so destroyed. However, the Air Force One is an all-around classic. The Air Force One is a great shoe. Like I said, it is a bit chunkier in that upper. You can see that this is a little more of a tennis shoe looking shoe. There's a little more basketball, but they are both basketball sneakers. And the Air Force One is an all-around classic, especially in the white on white colorway when it's not as disgustingly destroyed as mine. But this shoe is great. It is, in my opinion, the second most comfortable shoe on this list today, and it is one of the most comfortable shoes I've ever worn. I know on that video I got some comments from people saying they thought the Air Force Ones were not comfortable, which kind of surprised me, but I think the average overall person, everybody's feet are different, that's absolutely understandable, but the average overall person that I talked to seems to agree with me that Air Force Ones are an incredibly comfortable shoe. So you do spend a little bit more for these than the Court Vision Lows or than the Vans. However, the comfortability of these shoes is darn near unmatched in that $100 price range. And nothing in today's video is really going very far over that $100 price range. I'm trying to keep it, if it's an everyday shoe, it probably isn't a shoe you want to get destroyed. I could throw some Jordan 1s in here, I could throw some other shoes in here, but the reality is, because of course those could work with an everyday outfit. However, the reality is, right now, there are people who just general releases of the Jordan 1, that's their grail shoe, because it's darn near impossible to get a hold of these shoes. So if you're looking for some good Air Force Ones, you can usually pick them up just about anywhere online. Stadium Goods has always got them in stock pretty much all the time, and even Nike's website. And they're a great, comfortable shoe. I love them very much. So moving on, we have got the Adidas Continental 80. I actually don't own any Stan Smiths. I've never owned a pair of Stan Smiths or any Superstars. I know that might sound crazy to many of you. I'm just not that big of a fan of Adidas's shoes. I like some of them. I actually really like this pair of shoes. I've got them in this mint colorway that I think just pops. I absolutely love these shoes. It's subtle enough that when you go out, you don't look crazy. It's not a hype beast shoe by any sense of that word. However, I believe this is a beautiful shoe to just kind of add something to your outfit without taking away from everything else that you're wearing. I think it's a great shoe, especially in this colorway, but I've also seen them in the white colorway. I believe the typical classic white ones where this has this gray and navy blue stripe here, I believe that they've got, maybe it's a red and blue stripe. I know there's at least some red in it. You could correct me, you can let me know in the comments. I do believe it's a red and white stripe, however, and they're a good looking pair of shoes. Now this shoe I bought at Ross for like $30, $40, somewhere in that range. So it's a pretty cheap shoe. They're actually not making them anymore, but you can still find them online at a couple different retailers. I'm sure you could search through Grailed and find yourself a pair in your size if this was something you were looking for. But I think this is an all-around great shoe. I actually saw this in a different sneaker YouTuber's video where they were talking about these shoes. I think they're a great shoe. It's very comfortable. For me, these are actually a little bit too small for me. These are a 12, and in this shoe I should probably have a 12.5 or a 13. However, even so, I can still wear them, and the comfortability is just lacking a little bit because of that. But Adidas does have comfort down pretty darn well. They usually make a pretty good comfortable shoe, and the insole that's in this shoe that it comes with, the insert that's in here, I don't think it's removable. It's not actually removable, but it is a very soft foam. It's not Boost, but it is a very soft foam material, and these are a comfortable shoe. Also a good looking shoe. I probably get the most compliments out of any of the shoes in this video. I probably get the most compliments on this shoe, and like I said, I think a lot of that has to do with the colorway, but it is a great shoe. I would highly recommend this, and usually I believe the retail price on these when they came out, and if you find them online, usually it's probably somewhere around $80, $60 to $80. You could correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's in that price range. So again, coming in on the lower side of the shoes in this video. And with that being said, I've got two more pairs of shoes for you guys, and these are ones I am super excited about because one is the cheapest shoe on this list, and maybe immediately when you see it you'll say, well duh, it's the cheapest shoe on this list. I promise it's not like made out of cardboard or anything, but this shoe right here is the Puma Basket. I do not own any suedes, any Puma suedes. I know there are plenty of you out there who are some of the old sneakerheads, and you love the suedes. I would love to get a pair. I don't have any at the moment. I'll put it that way. But the closest thing I have is the Puma Basket, which is a great shoe. I bought this shoe for $30 on Amazon. It might have even been $25 and $30 with shipping. So this is the cheapest shoe on the list. You can kind of see it. I'm trying not to have it blown out by the light there. Obviously, I've worn it a pretty good bit. You can see it's kind of dirty. I do clean my shoes, I promise. But this one's a little dirty at the moment. But this is an all-around great shoe. Comfortability, I would give this like an 8 out of 10, so it's pretty comfortable. The stylistically, it's a simple white shoe. You could get it white on white, or like I did with the black on white, and I think that's just a nice pop, gives it something interesting to look at. And this is a great shoe. I would recommend it to anyone, especially at the price point of about $30, as you can find it right now on Amazon, as well as usually on Puma's website. Puma's website is full of sales all the time, and it is a great resource to get some new sneakers. I personally love Puma sneakers, and that leads us to our last shoe, and this is my personal favorite. I've already made a video about this shoe, but this is the shoe that I wear the most. This is the heaviest in my rotation. This is my literal favorite shoe, and this is the Puma Ralph Sampson Mid or High, depending on how you look at it. This is my favorite shoe that I own. It is comfortability, I give it a 10 out of 10, especially after breaking it in. Of course, like any sneaker, you've got a couple days of kind of getting used to it, but I would give this a 10 out of 10 on the comfortability. I love this shoe and how comfortable it is. And style, I mean, look at this shoe. This is a beautiful looking shoe. I know we may disagree on that. There's a lot of people who like to hate on Puma out there, but this is a good looking shoe in my opinion. You can kind of see, I'll get it a little bit closer there for you. It's getting real blown out, but this is a beautiful sneaker. I got the white and blue colorway. I don't remember the exact term for it. And at the moment, this, along with every single other Ralph Sampson Mid on Puma's website, is sold out. However, there are still a couple third-party retailers that you can buy this shoe from for about $120. When I got it, it was like 65 bucks, but they've kind of sold out and skyrocketed. They're actually coming out with the Legacy series again. Sorry, not Legacy, Majesty. It says it right here on the bottom, if you can see that. Puma Majesty right there. And that is, I'm not entirely certain what's different about it. I know this this portion on the upper is actually a little bit different on the new ones. Instead of having these kind of rings where you've got this chunky section and this chunky section, it's more of a flat surface right there, and it looks pretty cool. I don't have any problem with it. I think this actually reminds me a lot, this ankle area reminds me a lot of the J. Cole sneakers that Puma has put out. And personally, I am a huge fan, as I've already said, of Puma sneakers, and the comfortability on this shoe I would put higher than any other shoe on the list. The looks of this shoe I'm a big fan of, so personally this is the number one to me. If you disagree, that's perfectly fine, but I would love to know in the comments, what is your favorite everyday shoe? If there's a shoe that you saw in this video that you'd like for me to talk some more about and it's not one I already made a video about, please let me know in the comments below. I've got a couple more reviews coming up for you guys soon of some new sneakers. I'm keeping an eye out for some shoes. And just like always, if this video is helpful to you at all, if this channel is helpful to you at all, please give this video a like, give this channel a follow. This, like I said, is a pretty new channel for me. I'm just kind of getting my feet on the ground with this channel, and therefore it means the world to me when you give this channel a follow. We've actually grown way bigger than my anticipation. I didn't think there'd be more than 4 or 5 people interested in this, and we've got almost 60 subscribers now and thousands upon thousands of views on our videos. So super excited about that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you've got any questions for me, throw them in the comments. Thank you so much. Have a great day and be blessed. Peace.